Greetings, fellow watchers and racers. Welcome to the WRL Podium 13 channel, and we have today a very special presentation. It is the Lewis Hamilton Challenge, of which I have now just completed. So now that has already started. Let us take a look and see how we did it. It was a little bit of a challenge, but we were able to complete it. Took 2 hours and 53 minutes. But WRL Podium 13 was able to achieve the Lewis Hamilton goal. Let's just watch. Coming through here, I thought that maybe you should stay in 5th, but I decided to stay in 5th. I thought I dropped down to 4th, but apparently not. Let's keep watching. Coming over this hill, get over to the right through that little dip right there, get over to the left, and you can flat out stay in 3rd here. Many times I would drop down to 2nd, but if I could get the braking just right, I would stay in 3rd. Then of course come down the hill. As much speed as you possibly can have. 4th gear, get the rotation right. 3rd, drop down to 2nd. I didn't take that turn so well, but it worked. And I had to be careful right there. I finally figured out how to use 2nd gear. Apparently you get the vehicle straight and nail the throttle. No turning, and you have to be smooth, and you have to time it right. 3rd gear here through here. Stay on it. Watch that grass. Drop down to 2nd right when you get around the apex to help turn the car. It makes it a little smoother. Coming around through here. This particular section of the tracks always used to get me, but I finally was able to figure it out. I started having to be patient right there, and I almost went too wide, so I had to upshift to 4th. 2nd gear, got up on the grass. As you can see, that messed up the line. I probably lost maybe, a 10th or 2 maybe right there, maybe. And coming around this particular section here, I was tempted to drop down to 2nd, which is, of course, what I was normally doing. And, of course, this turn in 3rd, you just have to be patient. Feel the car, feel the bumps. Be careful on the throttle. It's this particular, not this left-hander right here, but this right-hander coming up right here. This is the one that always got me. But we were able to be patient, nail the throttle, and then start making our way up to these couple of left turns here, which is very bumpy. We were able to get it. Now coming up here to this sweeping left-hander, I wasn't quite sure if I needed to drop down to 4th or just stay in 5th, and I needed to get my throttle right. So I decided to just stay in 4th and try to hug the line as much as possible. Then coming up through here, you have to be very, very careful because you're carrying so much speed. And I thought I lost it right there, but I didn't. I really thought I lost it, but the car gripped, and I just stayed with it. Got in the 2nd gear, got up in there, got the car straight, 2nd gear, nailed the throttle, get up in here. Many times I was dropping down the 1st, but then it upset the car when I had to upshift the 2nd. So I just stayed in 2nd this time, got over that little hill, got the car straight, and just nailed the throttle. Then coming up through here, you have to hug that little corner right there, drop down to 3rd, wait for the turn, get in it, go up the hill, then get the timing right through here. Now we're coming through the bumpies. This little section of track, go over the little hill. Line's a little off right there, but you don't have much error. Room for much margin for error here. Then coming up through here, I had to be patient, get on the throttle. I had to be careful of my braking right here because somebody said be careful on the trail braking. So somebody gave me a little tip, and of course I changed the springs of my TLCMs for Thrustmaster load cells. Had to be patient right here, but I think I could have did it a little better. Patience. The temptation is to drop down to 2nd, but I'm beginning to understand now why people kept saying that stay out of 2nd gear. But I was able to find ways to use it. And then coming through here, you come down that hill, you have to be really careful. You can come through here pretty fast, but I was being careful because I had to spend so much time starting over. And right there, I thought I lost it again because I got up on the curb, but the car stayed straight. Then being careful through here, dropping down to 4th, get up through here, drop down to 3rd. Get on the apex, get on it, get in it. Don't drop down to 2nd. Drop down to 2nd. Get down in the turn. get on the gas, keep the wheel straight, nail the throttle. You get a little bit of extra speed right there. You have to be careful coming through here. Hug it, just be careful, not too much throttle, because like you see, the car looked like it came off the ground. To the right, and as I was coming down through here, I was thinking, I think I got it. But at this point, I think at this point I was still about half a second faster than Lewis. And I actually started the Ghost. I always start the Ghost when I'm following a Ghost. I actually started his Ghost 3/10 ahead of me, but at this point I was 5/10 ahead of him, and the time was keep climbing, so I was technically about 8 to 9 tenths ahead of him. Nailed it through here, waited, got down to third. I dropped down to second, then back up to third because I was afraid that if I got on the throttle, I would have messed it up. Got through here, got the car straight, and then just nailed the throttle in second gear. I looked down at the time, and it was a half a second ahead of Lewis's Ghost, and I started at 3/10 faster. So that is the Lewis Hamilton Challenge. We got it done. It took 2 hours and 53 minutes, but I was finally able to get it. We got all the $100 million. As you can see, the time is 5:39:893, and as we get out of here, you can see up there we have $100 million. Woohoo! Now I can go buy a couple more $20 million cars and spend it all before GT7 gets here. But appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And this is WRL Podium 13, Septimus Prime, standing in again. I'm out. Bye-bye. The pickles were in the freezer.